Hello everyone, welcome to the ambient service order agent demo. In manufacturing industries, manual review of spare parts consumes a lot of time, and approve the orders. Also approving the orders for spare parts takes a lot of time. However, blanket auto approval invite inaccuracies and overspending. This agent solves that problem. This agent is a deterministic generative workflow built with Google ADK that can auto-approve routine parts while keeping human reviewers tightly in the loop for high-risk or high-cost incidents. So what is this agent? At a glance, it is an automated, secure, and intelligent layer between incoming service requests and the final financial authorization. Let's take a look at the architecture diagram of how this agent works. First, the service request comes in and the extract incident node parses the incoming request. Then it immediately hits the security checkpoints, which is a crucial step in the overall agent workflow. Before the LLM ever sees the data is checked from the security standpoint, and personally identifiable information, PII, data is scrubbed. And also, this node checks for any prompt injections. From there, a clean low-cost order will go through the auto approval process. And if the cost is high, it goes to LM review node, where the model assesses the risk. Importantly, the LM cannot approve the order itself. It routes it to a human review node. Only after the human signs off with his approval or rejection, it creates a service order or rejects that request, i.e., not creating a service order. So let's see it in live action. So I have some data captured here. So we will test or pass 3 scenarios to the agent and see how the agent responds. I'm passing a first scenario, which is a routine maintenance part with a low cost. So let's see what the agent responds with. I'm going to create a new session, and this is the request that is sent to the agent. And let's see what it does. Okay, so this is auto approved. And to your left side, you can see the state navigation flow of the workflow, how the agent traverses the path to arrive at this final step. So because it has determined that it is a low cost and regular product, it has went to the auto approval node and then approved the request. So it created a service order. So now let's go back and see for a second scenario, which is a high cost part, and also there is some risk that is involved, because in the description of the request, it is coming as critical engine failure and immediate replacement part. So there is some risk that is involved in auto approving. So let's see what the agent tells us in this case. Okay. So it has provided a risk assessment with some inputs. So based on this, you can choose to approve or reject it. Okay, so it has analyzed the data and provided some analysis of the risk factors that are involved. So I'm going to approve this, let's say. Okay, so there is a new sales order number that is created, or service order. So now let's try to set or try to check with third scenario where you have some injection that is passed, prompt injection that is tried in the request, and let's see what the agent does. Okay, so here you can see that it has taken to the human review and it has provided some risk factor assessment, potential prompt injection or rule bypass detected in the description. Recommendation, reject. So you reply with approve or reject, but agent is recommending reject because it has found a security event. So I will say reject. Okay, so it has rejected and then it didn't create any service order. So you can see here, this is the path it has taken for this scenario. So this is the agent, what it does. So this is a deterministic security checkpoint where we check for any malicious inputs or prompt injections to ensure the LM is never exposed to sensitive data. And also we design the LM review step to be extendable with MCP tools, thereby allowing it to connect to any real-time systems, for example, any enterprise data, to check if the part is installed in their is available in their install base with the serial number if that is available. So those kind of checks, real-time checks about with the data that is coming in, you can validate with the MCP tools that are connected to your enterprise databases. So there is the demo of the agent. So thereby handling the routine and filtering the malicious data, this agent reduces manual review time by 80% while keeping the financial control where it belongs, which is the human control. And one last thing, so again, this is a simple agent, but you can have the LM review node connect to your enterprise data to validate some of the data that is coming in the request before proceeding for the next steps, which is human review or auto approval. So that's it, guys. Thank you.